again. This is kind of been interesting. It's like 4 days in a row, 4 nights in a row that we're working. Thanks for the like. So this, as you can see, it's snowing out. I don't know if you, yeah, I guess you can see it on the camera. This event is just going to be a salting event. Doesn't look like there's much more snow behind it. I don't know why message on YouTube. I think we're out. I think our signal's going out good, but I'm not sure. I gotta pull off for a second. What's going on here? Maybe somebody could let me know in the chat if we've got an okay signal. I'm getting an error from YouTube, but it looks like my internet is up, but YouTube is saying it's not receiving enough data. Where are you out working at right now? I'm in Hanover Park. I'm in McHenry County, Illinois. I'm in Crystal Lake, and I am heading to Huntley, Illinois, to do a commercial lot I got there. Let's see. It says there's an encoding lag. Shows that I got good signal now. I'm not sure why YouTube is technology. Oh, there we go. Now it cleared itself. Yeah, Hanover Park, sure. I know where that is. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't done so, make sure you hit that like button. Yeah, this is the fourth day in a row, fourth night in a row that I'm out, either salting or plowing. I had 2 nights ago, or we did 2 nights of just salting. Then last night I actually plowed. There was like an inch of snow. You know, it's nothing impressive. But yeah, so now we're out. This one's looks like it's just a salter. Yeah, we got enough up here to salt, you know, up in McHenry County. I know you're a little bit more south than us, so, you know, in Hanover Park, but yeah, I hope you guys do. I hope you get to work too. Oh, that might be why. Windows is trying to do updates. Yeah. Well, that's why I'm having a signal issue. Thanks, Windows. Pull over and let this guy pass, because he seems like he really wants to get going. I like working at this time because usually there's not other people on the road. I just want to take it easy. Don't need to go fast and set any records on time, you know. Got the remote camera hooked up, or as we call it, salter cam. Still coming down decently up here, but I know that most of it's not going to amount to much based on what's behind it. So let's see. Yeah, we plowed last night also. Hoping this storm next week stays together and we get a good snow again. Yeah, I've been watching. I was watching. I like Tom Skilling. I was watching Skilling tonight, and you know, he says it's too far out to. We could be in the rain or we could be in the snow. It's too far out to tell which side of it that we're going to be on here in Chicago. So yeah, I'm hoping we get a nice one out of that. So, but like I said, it hasn't been too bad. I'm happy. This is day number 4, night number 4 that I'm out, and so we're making that green cabbage. Actually, Hanover Park reminds me of a guy named Tom, as they call it, a guy named Tom that would always call the Score in Chicago, the sports radio station, on the night show. I think his name was Tom. But anyway, he would always call into the Les Grobstein show. And I know he lived in Hanover Park. Or as Les, I think, would call it, Hangover Park, because this guy was always seemed like he was drinking before he called the show. if anybody's got any questions or just want to chat, put it in the chat, and then, talk about it. It doesn't have to be plowing. We're here to keep you company at night. Especially when we're out salting, it's not like it's riveting television or anything, I mean, sometimes we get some interesting stuff going on, but let's see. Yeah, I used to, when I'm not on live, I would always listen to the score overnight, the sports radio station. There's like copyright issues if you have it on in the background on your videos, so I have to go radio silence when I'm doing the live feed. But yeah, for many years in Chicago, there's a guy named Les Grobstein. He just recently passed away, actually, so it's kind of sad to be out here and he's not on the radio anymore at night, so. Because most guys that worked late nights, if you're into sports, you knew who he was. And so apparently my internet issues was Windows trying to install an update while I'm trying to live stream. Go figure. Job this season that came off, so it was a new job. It's a small company, and this is the first year. They're a new business, like the owner is a new business owner and everything, so he signs up with us for plowing. He's we had him set at 0 tolerance, and then I guess it was getting expensive for him. We've had all these little so he called me and said he wanted to be taken off 0 tolerance, which is fine. Okay, I'll take you off, but I just explained to him, like, yeah, you're not, your lot isn't necessarily going to be as safe. Most companies, I've got 2 jobs right now actually that have had insurance claims before they hired me, and they wanted somebody who is gonna, one of them, their previous plow guy didn't even do salting, didn't even have a salter on his truck, and then somebody slipped, and all of a sudden, oh, we're getting sued, why didn't we pay for salting? So when I get new customers, I always try and explain it to them why they should be 0 tolerance, and he agreed and signed up, but then he just said he can't afford it, and he needs to dial it back. Okay, so I'll decide. Sometimes I'm kind of at the position now where I may not try and get that job again next season, because I really only want to do 0 tolerance work, commercial work, so I may not pursue it next year if he doesn't want to do 0 tolerance. But every year, I put a cap on how many jobs I take, so every year I turn away jobs. So So I'm not worried about filling the spot. I never seem to have trouble finding something new to replace one that, that I maybe get rid of. See, late nights in shop, he was good to have on also. Yeah. Well, we're hoping we can fill that void for some people, but all right, let's see here. We're gonna It's actually quite windy out here. Oh, I hope I have my, yeah, I do. Can't forget to do the paperwork. Sirree. Yeah, it's been a long couple of days. Feel like I've just taken a series of naps, but I worked all day today. And actually, you can still see all my tools for my other job are all still back there. How do people find you, or you find jobs? I'm looking to grow next year. I'm trying to think of how, recently it's all word of mouth, because I've got, if you build a reputation for yourself, people start talking about it, and then they may not, it may be a couple years, like somebody asks them or they come to you. So my first year, I just went out, man, and I still have some of the same jobs. I went to, actually we'll be doing them tonight in a little bit. I have two factories right next to each other that I do. They're both zero tolerance commercial work, it's really nice. The one factory I've had for about 8 years. The one next door I've had for 2 years. Now, I went in to both of those 8 years ago, just walked in and said, and this is probably, usually you want to get going about August on that, just as the summer season is starting to wrap up. And I just walked in the door, can I talk to, a manager or whatever, and said, I'm giving estimates for snow plowing. Would you guys be interested in an estimate? And I did it to both places. The one place, yeah, we'll take an estimate. They went with me. I was like, okay, that was my first commercial job. The one next door, the lady was kind of like, I don't want to say, she was really dismissive of me. What are you doing in here? Get out of here. She's just kind of like, no, I'm not, we're not, interested in any of it. Get out of here, kid. That's how I felt anyway. And so I've been doing the next door. I was just telling you the story of how the company had somebody fall. Well, guess which company it was? It was the person that shooed me off 8 years ago. I get a call from them. I don't even think it's the same woman. I remember her, but I don't think she remembers me. Hey, Ryan, I got your number from the company next door. You know, we're this company, and you know, we noticed that their lot always looks better than ours. Is exactly what she said to me. And she goes, so, you know, we need to, you know, so can you come and give us an estimate? Are you still taking jobs? And this was, you know, 2 years ago. This is my second year doing it. So this was last year at the beginning of, yes, ma'am, I'll come down and give you an estimate. You know, I came down, I went over everything with her, you know, what zero tolerance is. Sometimes you have to educate them. They're not just going to say, oh, zero tolerance. They don't even know our words sometimes. So I educated her on how the whole program works, what we do, why the lot across the street looks better. Because I'd see their plow guy. It was just a guy with an old beat-up truck, no salter, you know, just a plain. It looked like a guy that maybe had done a few driveways, and then, you know, he took on something maybe more than he could handle. He was always, their lot was never, he was never timely about doing it. Like, he was never there, like, all the time before they opened. You know, and I mark down when my business is open, and I make sure, each business is different, but I make sure it gets done before the people get there. So, anyway, they right away, on the spot, she's like, you're hired. She's like, I can tell from your professionalism and your knowledge of the business, you're the guy. Okay. So they're a great customer. They don't care about price. I priced it, you know, good last year, and then this year I raised the price. Well, I mean, I raised the price in all my commercial stuff this year because, you know, with the inflation and the economy, gas prices, everything's up. So, you know, I had to raise all the prices on my commercial work, and I did that. But they pay right away, and, you know, it's really nice. So those two jobs I just got, you know, one of them, I tried to get both of them, you know, but so I would say just see what works for you, spread the word about, you know, what you're doing. And I had another one we did last year, which we don't do this year, the Casey's gas station in Crystal Lake. I did that for 2 years, but they changed their whole corporate thing where they're now using a company out of New York to manage their snow removal. And I don't want to work for somebody else. I want to work directly for, because you take a pay cut when you do that. Because I could have still had that job this year, but I would have been working through a company in New York. So they're taking off the top. I'm making diddly squat for doing the same job I was doing last year. I don't need it. So I actually had 2 new jobs this year that filled the place of it. But Casey's I got, the first year they opened, they've been there, they were there 3 years. First year they opened, I would go in there all the time. So they started to know me. The managers knew me and liked me. They knew I did plowing, we always talked. In fact, I think one of the managers watches Snowmen, they had another plow guy. They went with a really cheap guy that first year. They were so unhappy with it. In fact, during that first year, they called me once and said, can you come down and salt our lot? Because their guy didn't have a salter. He would salt it by hand. And they were like, we had an ice storm. And their guy wasn't there, nowhere to be seen. Customers were slipping all over the place. So they called me, and it's not even my job. But, you know, it was easy. I just had to salt it and made some decent money on that. So the next season, they called me up. Hey, give us an estimate. Can you do ours? It was almost like pretty much, they had to get an estimate, you know, for corporate reasons. It was pretty much like, you got the job if you want it. So then I did that for 2 years. These jobs, this auto place, it's a Goodyear tire. I do 3 of their locations, one in Huntley, Crystal Lake, and McHenry. And I actually got that through word of mouth. My friend Tori, who some of you have seen on the show, he knew a guy who then gave them my number. So it was kind of like through a chain thing. But, they said, yeah, we know a plow guy, and they called me. And I started out with just one location. And then I guess they liked what I was doing. Then I got 2 locations. And I have had 2 locations for 8 years maybe. And then just this season, they gave me a 3rd location to do with theirs. So I think they have a total of 4 locations. But so those are just so it's all over the map really how I get work. But I think the common theme is just do a good job, care about what you're doing, and then the word spreads about you, and then then you have the choice of, because I've had some commercial stuff that they call me, and if I really don't want it, but I may take it, I just price it really high. I look at it and go, which actually that's what happened with these, the Crystal Lake location of the Goodyear. To me, it's a nightmare to plow. I don't really want to do it, but he's asked me for estimates on that location for 3 years, I think, and I price it high. It's priced higher than all these locations because I look at the job and go, it's going to take me this long. That one has a lot of center medians. There's nowhere easy to put the snow, so you got to stage snow and then push it. It's not necessarily one of the easiest jobs. So I price it higher because you want to price it so that, I base it on an hourly wage, and if I know it's going to take me longer, it's got to be priced higher. And they finally went with it this year, so it's okay, I'll do it. Let's see, Auto Tech Huntley. Yep, this is day number 4. I was here the 9th, 10th, 11th, and now 2/12/22. Always got to do the paperwork, otherwise you don't get paid. Let's see, we'll say it's 12:15 a.m. Yeah, I feel like, with the salting, it's pretty easy money, actually. As long as you got good equipment. If your equipment starts breaking down a lot, it's probably not easy money. All right. So we are onward. We'll head to Crystal Lake now, back to Crystal Lake. Actually, no, I think we'll go to McHenry. We'll get that one over with. That one's the farthest north we go. And actually, this Huntley here is the farthest south we go on our route. Let's see. Yeah, no problem, man. I always love talking. I haven't been in this as long as some people. This is my 12th year doing it. I know there's some guys, been in it for 20, 30 years, but there was a lot that I had to learn, and I wish that I had some kind of, people to talk to about plowing, especially Tori was a big help. But the only thing is, Tori always worked for people. He never actually ran his own plow business. So on the side of running your own plow business, I didn't really have anyone that I could ask questions and bounce stuff off of. So I had to learn a lot of stuff and learn the hard way. And I'm still learning. We never stop, And residential, I I would be happy. I would not be sad if I had no residential and just all commercial. But I do the residential. I do not advertise for residential. I have not advertised for residential since, I think, only my first year I advertised. I made like flyers and stuff and those door hangers, and I went and hit some neighborhoods. But I get too many calls on that every year where I'm turning away stuff. I want to limit. I don't want to get too big, because when you get too big, the quality goes away, because there's no way you can possibly do it all. Then you have to start hiring other people, and when you hire other people, they're not you, and they never do as good of a job as you do, you know. So there's always things that go in with that, you know. Your customers like you, they know you, they want to see you there, you know. I got a real big account a few years back. It was a 42 unit retirement condo place. It was like townhomes. And the year before I got them, they had a big company in this area. Let me see, I can't remember. It was Langton. Langton has a pretty large footprint around here. So, you know, when they called me and I talked to them and gave them an estimate, and then talking to the manager lady, she says, yeah, we used to love Langton, but that was when the owner used to come out here. She goes, we had them for many years, but they grew and grew and got so big, and she goes, and their quality got worse. She goes, and the owner was never out here. You know, they liked the fact when the owner was there, you know, and this company was smaller, things were getting done right. But they grew and they grew, and then, you know, and I don't want to do that. I don't need to do that. Like, I enjoy, you know, in my opinion, in this business, you got to decide whether you're going to be a worker that owns a company, or you're going to be a boss that owns a company. And some people, they love being a business owner. You know, they love being like, you know, in an office, and they're okay with sitting in an office and just managing money and people. That's not me. I 100% will not work for anybody else in this business. Like, I'm going to own my own business. But I am always going to be out here. As long as I'm in this business, I'm going to be out here in the truck doing work. Because I love doing this. This part of it, being out here, doing the work, I love being, you know, doing that. Being an owner of a business, I'm okay with that. And I'm doing it because, and not working for somebody else, because I can make more money, one, owning my own business, and then two, I want to have the freedoms that I have of making decisions about the jobs that I take, making the decisions about what I do. You know, I don't want to have to go check with somebody, you know, oh, or should we take this job or not, you know what I mean? So, but everyone has to decide what size and what type of business they're going to run, like even in the plow business. You know, some guys, their goal is to be $1 million business, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there is. That's just not for me. That's not, I don't know that I would enjoy that. You know, everyone enjoys the money, yeah. But, you know, more money, more problems, right? Your business gets really big, there's a lot of headaches, you know? So I like the small operation that I have. I plan on keeping a small operation. You know, we have 2 trucks. You know, I have 2 trucks, and then I have my backup guy. And Matt, you know, my brother Matt is a shovel rat. And I've got other people, too, that I can call if I need backup shovel rats. But I'm good with that. You know, I'm happy. I'm able to pay my bills. And I enjoy it. I love being out here at night salting and plowing and whatever. whatever else, you know. Most guys, or I shouldn't say most, but a lot of guys are in this business just because they might be in the landscaping business and they do plowing because otherwise they'd be sitting at home all winter. So, if they're doing landscaping, it's an easy fit to, do plowing. But I got into this business. I don't do landscaping. I got into this business because I love snow plowing. Guy just flashes brights at me, but my brights aren't on. I hate to tell him it's a plow truck. It sits up high. Alright, let's see. I'll read your comments in a sec. You picked up an apartment complex and a Smoothie King this year. Yeah, good. Congratulations. It's so nice, at least for me it was, when I started getting more and more commercial work. And, it's just more guaranteed money. I mean, if I only did residential, I wouldn't be working tonight. I wouldn't be working the last 4 nights if I only did residential. So, in my opinion, you're hurting yourself if you're not, if you're doing plowing and you only do residential, not looking into commercial. It's just money that you're not making that you could be making, With especially if you get commercial work that's zero tolerance, then no matter what, if there's a dusting, you go out and you salt it. Yeah, it's exciting when you get your first couple commercial jobs and they pay better, and I did have to learn how to I will tell you, I bid stuff way too cheap my first few years in business. I look back now and in business it's all about your margins. Are you making enough to even cover your cost? And I probably in those first years was just breaking even, and that's okay. I think that's okay when you're starting out too, because that's the only way sometimes you're going to get people to hire you to get started. You're a nobody. I was a nobody. I had no name for myself. I was a kid with a plow truck, fancy plow and all this, and you got to start somewhere, so I had to bid stuff cheap just to get my foot in the door, and it's like, one of those first customers, was the factory I was talking about. I still do them to this day. I've raised the price, every year, usually I raise the price at least a little bit on each commercial account, but I've raised the price, and now that job is paying me reasonable what I should be making. But you get your foot in the door, and your first year, you may not be making as much, but at least they get to know you, and they get happy with you. And then they're like, especially if they had another plow guy before you, and then you do a good job, they're like, whoa, this guy's so much better. And then they keep going with you, and that's where it's important to do good work. I know some people might look at it, oh, what are you talking about? It's just snow plowing. It's not rocket science. But it doesn't matter what you're doing, even snow plowing. You can do good. There are lots of bad hack snow plowing guys out there. You know, you just got to care a little bit about what you're doing and take a little time. Take the time to do it right. I'm hoping to add like 3 to 4 more lots next year. Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of places to just look around. I mean, you get them early, you know. Like a lot of people, I mean, I've heard of guys going at the end of July, you know, and trying to get contracts signed. So, you know, you go in and one of the things that I've done some years too is literally on my route, my existing plow route, if I see a business, I look at a parking lot, I can look at it and go, that would be an easy one to do, right? Because there's some that are hard to do. It's like there's just no easy way to do it, to push snow, you know, you gotta, and you look at some lots and you're like, that's an easy lot. I look at those, and there's been plenty of those that I did and never got it, you know, so, but you're not going to get anything if you don't bid it. You got to go out there and do the bids. A lot of them may never turn out to go with you, but then some of them do. But I look at lots that I'm passing on my route, go, oh, I'd like to do that lot. And I have a criteria in my business where I kind of mentioned about not wanting to work for Casey's gas station anymore because they have a company out of New York to manage their whole. See, it used to work out that the local managers would just hire a contractor. I don't want to work through a snow management company. So some of these people, like I've gotten calls for like to do strip malls before, where the local guy on the ground wants me to plow. There was a strip mall, I'll just tell you the story instead of beating around the bush. When I was doing the Casey's gas station, there's a strip mall right across the street. The owner of that strip mall goes to Casey's. He flags me down the one day and says, hey, are you guys taking new accounts? Because my guy's still not there. And he goes, and I noticed that my parking lot never looks as good as the Casey's gas station. I said, well, you know, we are the best. And I go, unfortunately, I'm not taking new jobs because that was last year. That was in the middle of the season. I was already booked. And, you know, so I said, no, I'm not taking on new stuff. But I gave him my card and said, call me next season if you want. And, you know, he didn't call me. He didn't call me this season, so I guess he got the stuff worked out or whatever. But doing that job in the strip malls like that, sometimes the real estate company that owns them has their own management company. And I ran into this a couple places where, so they want you to work through somebody else. Like they're saying, give us an estimate, right? Like, but they want you to work through like this management company. And I hate doing that because it's just an extra layer. Some guys, there's money in it. I'm sure there is. But I prefer for my business, I look for small businesses. I look for the easiest amount of way to get paid, right? That's the way I look at it. So I like businesses where I go in, talk to the owner, me and the owner have an agreement, and then we get it done. There's no national company. You know, like guys make a ton of money doing Walmarts and movie theaters and working through these big deals with national companies, and that's not what my business is about. I'm not knocking those, but it's just that's not the way I'm running it. That's not the way I want to do it. So I mainly am looking at small businesses, or at least businesses like Casey's was perfect, you know, because I've gone to like Thornton's gas station, and they want you to go through this whole corporate process and all that. I like when it's a local thing that's set up and you talk one-on-one. I hate the whole chain game, so I don't typically seek out stuff that's like that. Like even that, when I did the 42 unit retirement community, it was the biggest job I ever had. But then again, to that, it was one localized location. You know, they weren't like a national company or anything. So though it was a huge job, I dealt with the manager, the lady, you know, directly. You know, she paid me, you know what I mean? So there wasn't a lot of steps in the process. So when I go to bid stuff, it's like I think I did that with, I bid an Advance Auto Parts. It was either Advance or O'Reilly's. And it was a whole corporate structure, and that stuff just annoys me to no end. So I stay away from it now, and I don't even bother wasting my time bidding it anymore. But that's just me personally, you know. I'm not saying that stuff is bad to do, and obviously guys are making money on that. I like getting paid right away. Or at least, like I invoice my commercial stuff once a month. But I get paid pretty quickly, and if a check didn't come, I can call up and call the guy who's cutting the check. Instead of, if it's a big corporate environment, you know, sometimes you're waiting 6 months to get paid. It's still snowing here. It's actually quite windy. I'm noticing the trucks kind of getting a little headwind on it. Seems to be more snow on the ground in Crystal Lake though than as I'm getting a little further north here. So we'll see. So hopefully the wind doesn't blow my salt away. That's what I'm getting at. Bill after each storm at least this year to help cover the cost. Yeah, and you know what? Casey's gas station, you're gonna love this. I love doing it because Casey's gas station paid you on the spot. So literally once I was finished plowing the lot, I would go inside, hand them an invoice. They would hand me from the register. Let's see, I don't think we're on. forget not to drive that road because I lose signal every time. Every time. Oh, good, you heard me. Yeah, I don't know if I think we're up now. Sorry about the signal loss. Yeah, so Casey's was a good one. I did like that about it. Like, I just getting paid on the spot like that, you know, it's pretty neat. I mean, you don't have that getting paid cash, you know, and that's how they worked company-wide. And they stopped it this year. You know, they were bought out. Or no, they bought out another chain of gas stations, and they've kind of been expanding and changing things, and I guess they thought it was better to go away from that. But I don't know how a company in New York can manage. Okay, I think we're back up now. Oh, that's frustrating. Definitely not taking that road home. Seem to always lose signal there. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Yeah, so, oh yeah, there's a bit more snow up here in McHenry, I will say that. Put a bit of salt down. But anyway, yeah, so Casey's was pretty awesome getting paid cash like that, but you know, I give them the option whether after each storm or monthly, and they all want monthly, you know, pretty much across the board, which is fine. The good thing is that because I do have the residential stuff, that actually helps me with overhead, you know, get through. Man, why are we having these issues? Come on. I don't know, guys. try that. I'm having like major internet issues. All right. Actually, there's like little ice pellets down up here, so it's like it was hovering around freezing. My truck thermometer shows it's 28 degrees. Another one done. At least I won't be out that late tonight. Last night it was when I get home at like 6 in the morning or something like that. So I am tired. I worked all day, so McHenry 212 2, and we've got we'll say 12:45 a.m. Okay, so now everything I have left is in Crystal Lake. Boom. Let's see, who do you buy your salt from this year? This year I got it from Menards. And then I think I got it from two places. I got it from Farm and Fleet, and then I got more from Menards. So, you know, obviously I've got the tailgate spreader, so I'm not buying it by the ton. I know that's a better deal, but I'm not doing that. If I ever get, I do want a V-Box salt spreader, and then I would buy it by the ton if I do that. But Menards was the cheapest for a 50-pound bag. And Menards was the same price as Farm and Fleet, but it was $5.59, I think, for a 50-pound bag. You know, I buy, you know, pallets, obviously, so times that. There's 49 bags on a pallet. So yeah, it's a pretty darn good deal for 50 pounds of salt, you know, if you're doing bagged. I've bought it, I've gotten it from Home Depot before. I've gotten it from Russo. Russo's really high now. Like, I pretty much have always bought it for a lot of years now from Farm and Fleet. Farm and Fleet stopped selling the rock salt though, which I really used to like. It's kind of, I didn't use it for walkways, but in the salt spreader it was good. You know, it was kind of larger granules, but they stopped carrying that, so. And then what we'll do with Menards too is if I'm running out, like I have a supply and storage, which I kind of save because we've had years in the past where there's been a salt supply shortage and you couldn't get salt anywhere. And so now that spooked me. That was a few years ago. So now I always keep some in. And I burned through a lot of salt this season already because it's been not snowy, but we've had all these little storms. So I've actually gone through quite a bit of salt. So like the load that's in the hopper, I went and got from Menards yesterday. You know, I just go and get like 10 bags at a time and put them in the hopper. You know, at whatever, $5.69 a bag. So, it's all variable, kind of how I work the salting, but it just depends on what we're getting. And I'm running in there right now. I'm running the solar salt. It's called, I think it's called extra coarse solar salt. And it's in like a blue bag, so if, I know they got Menards where you're at there in Hangover Park. But yeah, it's the blue bag from Menards. It's just called solar salt. And you know, the only difference between that and the rock salt is actually the solar salt's more pure. Rock salt means they got it out of the ground, so it has some rocks in it. It's not all salt, you know. And then solar salt just means it was made from evaporating seawater. And that's also the stuff, like people use that in their water softeners too, but solar salt is salt. It's just letting you know that you know, naming it that, they're letting you know that, you know, how it was made. Because rock salt is not pure, not as pure as solar salt. So that's what I'm using, and then I keep in my storage some of the magnesium chloride, because obviously salt only works from 5 degrees. You know, if it's below 5 degrees, salt isn't working. So then for those extra cold days, I use the magnesium chloride, which is a lot more expensive. You know, you're talking double the price. It's like $2, or it's like twice. It's probably $10 a bag for that stuff. And then what I do when I am using the magnesium chloride is I will mix, when I'm putting it in the hopper, I'll mix salt in. So on like a 2-to-1 ratio, I'll do 2 bags of magnesium, 1 bag of salt, 2 bags of magnesium, 1 bag of salt, just to kind of, you know, mix it up, make it go a little further. So that's kind of how I do that. Midwest Salt out of West Chicago. We buy bag and bulk salt from them. We love the MPV green from them. They have real good products. And okay, so what's their price? Tell me what their price is on a 50-pound bag. And what is the green one? Is that magnesium chloride? Like, what's the temperature? How low does that go? Yeah, I'm always always open looking for a good deal on salt, but so far I have not found anyone that's, you know, cheaper than $5.59 a bag. And then I can just divide it up. Divide it by 49. And you'll know what your bag price is. Tums or something, man. Got that acid reflux. Let's see, do I got that in here? I do. No, this is not a commercial for Tums. DiGiorno pizza for dinner. Apparently triggering. Treated 50-pound bags goes down to -10, $7.05 a bag, and then the rock salt is $4.55 a bag. Okay, good. And is that for everybody, or is that like bulk discount? Yeah, it's good to know. I'll have to look into that. Of course, it's a little bit far for me, but I have a friend that hauls my salt for me. He's out here, you know, in McHenry County. It's like a huge trailer. We usually put, actually, he has one trailer we can put probably about 4 or 5 pallets on. Here we go, we're at the next one. Oh yeah, it needs it. Let's see. All right. Oh, okay. It's good to know. Thank you for the offer. Gotta go hit the walkways. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, let's see, where are we at here? There we go. That's the right camera. Give it a fresh clean for you. Just gotta get on the salt. Easy peasy. Uno más. nice too. I'll tell you what, I can't wait to get my new truck back from the mechanic. I'm gonna like that truck, I know it. I do love the power of the diesel too. It doesn't make much difference, the diesel, on salting days, but definitely plowing snow. Easy, easy, easy. Easy money. Truck bays. There's a patch of ice. There we go. Let's see. What truck did you get? Oh, I guess you haven't been around in a while. Well, thanks for tuning in. We've been talking about it a lot on the live streams. I got a diesel truck. It's new to me, you know, it's not new. It's actually the same year as this truck. It's a 2004 F250. It's a 6-liter diesel. It's mostly bulletproofed, and right now the rear main seal is leaking, so that's why my mechanic has it. I plowed for one storm, noticed the leak. I got it used from Tory. It's a Texas truck. So my goal was, I don't need a new truck, right? I'm talking about, like, I don't need a brand new truck, but I need a solid truck that doesn't have rust. So my idea was, I need a truck from the south that's never seen, you know, salt and all that. So Tory, I called him up, since he's down in Texas right now, and he found it for me. It needed some work, but I got a great deal on it. And so when it's all said and done, I'll probably have like 15,000 in it. But there's not a speck of rust on it. It's a beautiful truck. It's the Lariat package. It's a white with the little brown trim on the bottom. And actually, I got some pictures of it on our Instagram. If you go, I don't know if you're on Instagram. If you go to Instagram, you can see some photos. And there's a video on our YouTube with it in there too. So, but that truck, I'm very excited about. It's like I said, I got to plow one storm with it, and it's got a lot of power. This gasser's been good to me, but I'm looking forward to that. This thing is just rusted out so badly that I had to do something. So this is going to be the backup truck. The white truck will be the main truck, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, you go get that money, right? Although, if you have a smartphone and you're working, we have a lot of plow guys. Actually, we have some municipal plow guys out in Rhode Island, I think, that the whole crew of them, when they're out plowing, they're watching our live stream. So that was pretty cool. They messaged me and were telling me about that. So you could, get your smartphone going, and when you're out working, if we're on, or just watch our videos you haven't seen yet, All right, let's see here. We got that one. Haven't done that yet. Always got to remember to do the paperwork. Actually, I got to get new paperwork because these commercial accounts have been done so many times this season that I'm out of columns I have one column left. So that means, let's see what it was at 1 a.m. So I just counted up. I've been out to either plow or salt 29 times this season. So I guess that's not too bad. That's the beauty of doing zero tolerance. Yep. Can't complain. All right. There we go. So we got next we're going to one of the Goodyear tire place here in Crystal Lake. Yeah, in reference to your, oh, let's see what you wrote. So let me ask you this, because you said you've been behind. What prompted you to tune in tonight? Because, like, obviously we've been on live. I don't think I've seen you in the chat yet this season. Maybe you have. I just don't remember. But what did you get a notification or? So it's just timing. It's just the right time. So I wanted to go back to what you talked about, a comment about, you know, it's good to know people in the business and all that. And I totally agree with you. Like I don't look at you know, some guys about this business, they get so like closed off and competitive, you know, like they won't give you the time of day, and they're like, you know, I look at it this way: there's so much work out there. There's plenty of work for everyone out here, you know, and the more guys you can know in this business that can help you out and back you up in a time of need, you know, the better it is. I mean, I feel like we all got to stick together and help each other out, you know. It's kind of funny. It reminds me of David said he didn't get a notification. Yeah, and I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. I keep asking people about that because, like, even some of my parents are both signed up, and you know, they say you got to subscribe and then you got to hit the bell to like give you the notifications when we're live. But see, both of my parents did that, and sometimes only one of them gets a notification when I'm live, and the other one doesn't. So I always just kind of ask people, I'm just wondering if people are actually getting notified. I don't know why YouTube's like throttling me back or whatever. I I mean, I don't talk about politics here, so they shouldn't cancel me. You know, I don't do any of that stuff. But I don't know why they don't like me anymore. I feel like that's what it's like anyway. But yeah. So as far as like, you know, I talked to one of the, and you guys may agree with me on this, one of the stupidest people in the world. A woman contacted me on Facebook. This is several years ago now. She was a producer from a production company that was making shows for I think it was A&E networks. And she was interested in, you know, us being on helping her develop a show about, you know, snow plowing, which I thought was cool. At first, she had my attention, but then she told me their idea for it, and what they wanted to do was, if you guys have ever like heard of these shows like Storage Wars and stuff, and I don't know what they would have called it, Plow Wars or something, but she didn't I was like, you know, you do not understand the plow business. She wanted to do a competition show between, you know, like for plow guys. You know, so like this company's got this. I don't even know all the details of what they were thinking because it sounded so stupid, and you know, I was just like, no, thank you. I just thought, in the plow business, I don't feel like it's that cutthroat, you know, between other plow companies. There's been so many times when I've had to rely on other guys, you know, and you know, to have this stupid TV person thinking that they're going to make a competition show or something out of snow plowing was just ridiculous to me. Let's see. I was a groundskeeper at a hospital. I used to plow. Never got trained. I was fed to the wolves. I watched YouTube videos to learn. That's when I subbed to you. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for the sub. I'm certainly glad and happy to have the support. And I do love, I'll tell you what, and any of you are plow guys know, sometimes you get bored and it gets lonely late at night driving your plow truck. So to be able to have you guys to talk to helps the night go by, you know, a lot quicker. But yeah, doing the show, I actually started doing this show. I've always been a video guy, you know. Long before I ever was plowing, I was making videos. You know, I was that kid, right? The little dorky kid with the video camera, you know, making shows and all this stuff. And I actually used to I produced a show on cable access. It was a comedy show for many years. And I've always wanted to plow. And there was no, back in, it was about 2012, 2013, that I came up with a concept for this show. And there was nobody doing plow videos on YouTube. You know, there was one guy out there that he plowed for the state of Maine, I think it was. And he didn't even really, he just kind of had his cell phone set up on the dash and he just talked, you know, while he was out plowing. And so I was like, I should make a plow show. So that's how I started it. But it's been cool because I never even started this to like, I just started it for me, for fun, you know, because I enjoyed doing it. And it's been nice to just the whole plow community to be able to talk to people and meet people. And, you know, it's nice. The companies, like, it's cool. You know, Boss Snowplow hired me to make a couple videos for them, and we've worked with them a little bit, so that's been a cool experience, Yeah, you say you went to GIE. Yeah, we were at GIE in 2019. And that was nice. Actually, a company paid for us to go there. So they paid for our hotel and our gas, and that was a fun experience. We're going to get back there eventually. I don't know if it'll be this coming year, hopefully. I know they changed the name now. It's called like the Equipment Expo or something. But yeah, that was a fun time. And if you haven't watched it yet, we have a GIE video on our channel, which actually several people have commented to me that it was the best GIE video they've watched, just as far as me and Caitlin are both in it, and we do interviews and stuff with different companies and show stuff, and we try and do things 100% top quality, top notch. Zero tolerance at the hospital, especially ER entrance. It was fun, but it stressed me out. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen all the episodes of our show, David, but we did one where on one of the episodes we kind of covered the story of, it was a hospital employee that got run over by a plow truck. Basically, a nurse got run over in the middle of a storm and killed by a guy plowing the lot. And it's hospitals are always zero tolerance, but yeah, to have to live with something like that might be pretty rough. Definitely. Let's see, you go to GIE every year, only because I live 20 minutes away. Well, there you go. Yeah. It's a little bit farther for us. I think it's about 6 hours, I think. My brother lives in West Liberty, Kentucky, and I think that's 8 hours. So, if you know where West Liberty is. But yeah, after doing this show, the opportunities that have come about. Well, I better do my paperwork. I'm talking away here, and I won't remember. But after doing this show, it's been fun. The experiences we've got to, have happen, and the people we've got to work with and meet. And we had we actually had a second chance to do a TV show on actual TV. We had somebody from Discovery Networks, a production company for them, reached out to us, and they wanted to do a plowing show, but not like the other one. They wanted to do the show more like how we do it, just like about what it's like to be in the plow business and everything, a reality style show. And basically Discovery Channel was looking for, the way it works is they go to these production companies, the production company presents, at that time they were presenting to them 3 shows, okay? We were one of the 3 shows. So what they do is they made a demo video with us, we signed a contract. It was called a 6-month option to pitch, which means for 6 months they would pitch us, to like the different networks. Discovery saw our video and they saw 2 other ones, and they didn't go with us, they went with another show. And then that's just the first step when they're making TV shows. So then once Discovery says yes and greenlights a project, then they come out and they send a crew out and they film a pilot episode. And then that pilot episode goes back to Discovery Channel to get approved or, not approved. So we didn't get to that level. We were just at the initial stages, but, that was all kind of the byproduct of somebody from this production company saw our videos on YouTube and, thought we were interesting enough to, hey, let's see if these guys will make a video. So, all right. One of your good friends works with SnowX. Do you know Mitch? Mitch Kuzab, I think his name is. I don't know if you've seen our video from GIE, or no. Was that GIE that Mitch was at? Oh no, Mitch made it to both of our videos. So we talked to Mitch at our... David asked about the sidewalks. I do sidewalks at some places, but this particular company does not have us do the sidewalks. They have their employees do the sidewalks. It's an auto shop. It's a Goodyear auto place, and I bid the sidewalks every year, but they just have, I guess maybe to save money, they have their employees shovel and salt the sidewalks. So we don't do it, but that's that. But yeah, the reason I was asking is we did a video. We interviewed this guy named Mitch from SnowX on our SEMA video, the Snow and Ice Management. Okay, you don't know the name. Well, anyway, so we interviewed this guy Mitch at SEMA, and then a few months later, we saw him at GIE, and he plays the banjo. So in our GIE video, you can look at it on our channel, we have him playing the banjo, at the SnowX booth. And we actually even put that video on our, we put a clip of it on our Instagram as well. But that was kind of neat, on the side he plays. I was just asking because you said SnowX, and then he was the only guy I can remember at SnowX. I've, talked to some of their people. We filmed and interviewed them, but, Alright. Another one done. Now let me hit this. Let me hit this handicap space. Make sure I got it good. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, our GIE video on our channel, it's like a 40-minute video, so I think it didn't do as well as some of the other videos, because maybe it's too long for people. People usually tap out about 20 minutes, but there's some great stuff in there. I heard a couple of people, they said they watched half of it, and then went back a few days later and watched the rest. So like, oh, okay. But we had a lot of fun making that video. I mean, it was a good time, and we'll get back to GIE again and make some more videos. you haven't done so, go ahead and make sure you hit that like button. I know it's scrolling on the bottom of the screen, but you know. I forgot to post a fan photo Friday on Instagram today, but I was working all day. I then came out to plow or salt. Let's see. Good, you looked up the video on Instagram. Yeah, it's pretty funny. It says you talked to him this year when you were down there, hoping to get a new V-Box from them for next year. Yeah, I want a V-Box, man. I will get one eventually. You know, we'll make do with the tailgate for now, but definitely on the list as things to get. I can send you, let's see, I can send you a pic to post, haha. Hey, yeah, send me one. I you know, for some reason this season, not as many guys have been sending in photos. Like we're kind of getting caught up because I put them in the order. But if you just send it to the email, it's photos@snowmanshow.com. I'll post you next Friday if you want to send me. You know, and I tell people it's not just if you have a crew and you want to send a picture of you and your crew, or you know, if you want to just send a picture of the equipment, that's all good too. You know, whatever. Or your company, like I can tag your company if you have if your company's on Instagram. It's funny because we actually have the most subscribers. We have more subscribers on Instagram than on YouTube. We have over 10,000 on Instagram. I think YouTube, people watch a lot of times, but they don't necessarily subscribe. You know, they come across the video, watch it, and then move on. And they don't always remember to hit the subscribe button. Or even like it, you know. If you guys, so we got this whole thing going, just because some of you on right now I know have not been watching the live stream, but if you go back and look at, I think it's, it would be this season, so it would be Snowman Live Season 2, Episode 3, and I think it's Part 2, but we have a remote camera, so we call it shovel rack cam. So when we were doing our last storm, it was the big storm, we have Matt carries with him, you know, when he gets out of the truck, carries another camera, like, just makes it a little more interesting watching the live stream, you know. I mean, these salting streams, it's more about us all talking than the shots and everything, but when we're doing a storm and Matt's with me, he's got the remote handheld cam that actually broadcasts wirelessly back to the truck. So he's like filming, you know, plowing from outside the truck, and then also, you know, what he's doing, like clearing the walkways. So it just gives it a different perspective, you know, that you're not used to seeing. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. I love, you know, we'll have to talk too. If you want to drop me your number when you send the picture in the email, because I've got another project that I'm working on that kind of pairs alongside with snowmen, but it's not quite it. And there's actually, I've already got the YouTube channel set up. It's called Mowing Snow, and actually it's on Instagram too. And what that's going to be is, you know how snowmen is, I've got cameras on me and you know, my business. Mowing Snow is going to be a YouTube channel that is dedicated to you guys. So I'm actually going to have, we want to like put a camera crew following you guys around, and then like we'll have different episodes, but each episode will feature a different contractor. So we'll have like, you know, so if you send me your number, I can put you on the list, then I could, you know, call you when we're ready to do that. And you know, we want to follow around, you know, landscapers and other snowplow guys. So that's in the works, and coming soon. Let's see here. Okay. Whoa, it's dark. You can see the high vis though. That works. So yeah, you can also go over, check the YouTube. Like I said, it's called Mowing Snow. So if you search that, M-O-W, the letter N, and then snow, and it's already set up on YouTube. So if you go and subscribe, then you'll be notified when we start uploading videos. And it's the same username on Instagram as well. But yeah, so it's just, I figure people might be getting tired of seeing me on camera all the time. And since I am a video guy and I like producing video content, I figured what better way than, especially in the summer, since I don't do landscaping, I can go and, you know, film other guys and promote their businesses. And, you know, sometimes it's nice, it's a good advertisement for your business as well. Free advertisement. So, but I've kind of kept it on the down low, and maybe I'll regret talking about it here at night, but I kept it on the down low because people like to steal ideas. I've seen some people try and do certain things that we've done, rip it off, which is fine. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, but until I was like, you know, really ready to get the Mowing Snow thing going, I didn't want to put it out there. And, you know, I can come up with ideas all day, but sometimes you don't have time to do them all, so. But anyway. Thanks for all the likes. I appreciate it. Oh, it's 1:45. Well, close to 1:45, so that's good. All right, well, I've had a long day, so we're going to wrap up the stream. You can see all my tools for my other job in the back. I haven't even been able to unload the truck from that. Pretty much kept going after work today. So, yeah, we'll probably wrap up the stream here. I do appreciate all the support, all you guys watching in the middle of the night. Hopefully I kept you company as much as you kept me company. Let's see. Oh, wait. There's a question, so I'll stay on. Let's see. Could you go over kind of how you have your spreadsheet set up? Oh, you're talking about my paperwork for tracking my jobs? I am not sure what you mean by the spreadsheet. Oh, okay, yeah. Alright. It's funny you should ask that, because as we're talking about the mow and snow thing, I'm actually gonna, through the mow and snow, I have like flyers that I've made in the past for snow plowing. And what I want to do, let's see if I got some here. What I want to do is make those available to you guys, like this one. Here's an example. This is a business card I made. And I want to make, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's 2 boots in the snow. And it says, don't get buried this winter. Call the snow removal professionals. But I want to upload like forms that you guys can edit and make your own, you know, that I've made, so that like guys who are getting started in the business. Yeah, let me see if I got one. I can show you how it. Where's my sheet of? There we go. Okay. Is that the commercial one? No, that's... Where's my commercial? Yeah, like I have contracts and stuff too, and I kind of want to make those available so that you guys can just download them, and then, you know, you customize them for your business. I don't know if you can see this. See the camera. Let me switch view. Wait a minute. Okay. Nah, I don't think you can't see it on this camera. So, but basically, what I have is, you know, I have all the job info. This is called my job info sheet. And basically it has the address, you know, it has all the different phone numbers. So like with the business, I put the supervisor's phone number, I put the actual business phone number, and then any other, like some of the business have a maintenance guy, I have his phone number on there, just if I need to contact anyone, you know, key holders or whatever for the business. It has my trigger amount, so you know, if it's 0 tolerance, it says 0, or if it's 3 inches, it says 3 inches, you know, whatever the trigger amount is. It has all the prices that I charge for that job. And then the column that I'm filling out every day that I plow is date, time, and then the amount. And then I have 2 columns for billed and paid. So then I mark down when I build them. You know, I'll write the date that I build them, and that way I just keep the sheet going most of the season. But I'm gonna make these forms available so you can kind of see, because it's really hard to show it on the camera. But I'll try and get some of those up on, I may put a link on the Snowman website. And if you're watching this now, you should know the Snowman website. If you're a fan of the show, you know the site. So, okay, let's see. That would be a big help. Definitely looking to add more stuff. Help me more professional and help me grow. 22, trying my best to grow the right way. Yeah, it's good, man. You got a nice, good early start, so that's the way to go. You know, I know a lot of 22-year-olds that can barely keep a job and they sit at home and play video games all day. So you're a step ahead. But yeah, you know what I can do for you too is you're sending me an email, so I can send you some of the forums that I use. I'll reply to your email with that, and then you know, you can have the stuff pretty quickly, because I don't know how quickly I'll be able to get all the stuff posted online, but I can send you the base forms. They're in most of my forms are PDF format, so you should be able, if you have a Windows computer, to be able to open them and edit them and stuff like that. So, all right. Well, thank you so much, guys and girls. I don't know. Maybe there's some women out there too. The analytics show that mostly men watch this show, but you know, you never know. So let's see. All right, yeah, I'll look for the email. And thanks for the photo. Like I said, I'll get that on Friday, when it's Saturday now, but this next Friday we'll feature you as the fan photo Friday. So thank you so much for the support and for watching, guys. I will see you next time around. The next time we're out working, I will be on live. Talk to you later.